The unsolvable case.
A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. A.K.A. The public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop displaying his genitals and for Burke to stop attacking things would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability.
Couldn't we just keep them off the streets or proceed? Let's proceed.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Leslie was the, Leslie was the public indecency.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows, but both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Sure, you know what, let's just bust through those and then let's continue onwards. The square bullet hole murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
a sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Oh wow. All right. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it, in the middle of the street. On the roof. On the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They actually looked like assholes. They looked really cool, like models. They looked really cool, like a rock band. Let's go for the last one.
Yes, as you've said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right, on with the murder.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Can you get high of it? Really cool or really stupid? Can you get high of it?
No, it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything.
Like, in real life, I don't mind it. I don't think it's particularly cool or stupid. Let's just say cool.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin, movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
He must have sucked a lot of it, and And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
I can revisit this. Let's put the case files away.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Okay. We could browse them again, but I don't really need to. We could read a case file, slide the hidden drawer. No. Let's put it away for now. Okay, that was some info. Okay, let's quickly go into the library again and see if we can actually crowbar that thing open. I was just not paying enough attention, which is very plausible. Sometimes there's just things that should be obvious and I do not notice them. Like, it's actually laughable at times. Alright, now, let's see if I can remember the path. We go through here. Oh, right, 1 second. The flashlight. There we go. Yeah, I think he was gonna tell me about equipping the flashlight again. Down here into the mannequin rooms, which... Like, if you have a creepy place like that, why would you place mannequins there? That's not gonna make anything better. That's only gonna make things worse, right? I'm not a big fan of mannequins. Right, can we... We cannot pry bar this open. Okay.
As before, an iron safety curtain curves before your eyes. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Hello, I yelled, but it didn't work.
Your voice becomes a raspy croak mid-sentence. It's silent in the abandoned office building. No one answers you. Sire, may we suggest something?
Yeah, I'm not
Perhaps
gonna...
It's not such a bad idea. Try it again, son.
Let's leave. Okay, so there isn't really anything we can do, but I think it was worth a shot because I just really did not see the buttons down there. I don't know how I missed them, but I somehow managed to do it. It's a special skill of mine. Alright. Now let's head out. No need to stay any longer than we have to in this creepy place. Alright. Again, nothing of use in here, as far as I can tell. There we are. Right, now, we don't really need the flashlight anymore. Let's just keep those in our hands for now. We don't really need to pop more drugs or something. We'll take them when we really need that. But again, not right now. Not right now. Okay. So back here. Can we move over there? No? No. Okay. So that's the back entrance to the Whirling in Rags garden. Right, that's that again. Wait, hold on a second. No, we do have it in our hands. Okay. Right, they are not gonna let us in, right?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Yeah. That's not gonna get us anywhere. Nothing to do here. I don't think you're gonna tell us anymore.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
She pats her wet raincoat.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Neither do I, and we pat our similarly wet cloak.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Yeah, I spoke with the lorrymen at the roundabout.
On the contrary, officer. There are yet camionneurs you have not talked to. And don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it would be strange if Wild Pines didn't have eyes on the harbor.
They must have someone in an overlooked position, near the gates.
Yeah, the guy who's shouting so loud.
I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects.
Alright. It must be that big guy at the gate with the ill-fitting clothes. I mean, who else would it be? That guy is definitely from Wild Pines. No way he isn't. Okay, before we do anything... is that one we can retry? I think I'm gonna retry it. If we can, at least.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to
Oh,
see
it's...
there.
Put skill points into conceptualization to open this white check. Okay. There has to be something, right? You're bored? Yes. Smoker. But we can't speak to him.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
So you're telling me you could have done that all this time? And I just overcomplicated things like I tend to do? Well, that tracks. That makes sense. I do that way too much.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here. Too late, young man. Trouble's found you. Why are you whispering?
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
He says sotto voce.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to
Is
you.
it really that important?
Yes.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured and reflected back. Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you look at him?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Ah.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Rain patters on the window sills and dead houseplants. Too late to do them any good.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
He was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, the neighboring windows are streaked with rain.
Alright, we'll talk
No.
later.
We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Okay, one chance. Cross my fingers real quick.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry, huh? Please don't go, I'll stop drinking, I'll take the trash out, just please don't leave me. I think that's funnier.
Trash?
The young man shakes his head in
Please
confusion.
don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Listen, I really have to go.
With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away.
He's gone.
The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give
He
up?
could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found the way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. So I really could have just talked to him right there. And I didn't because for some reason I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I misclicked while trying to do it, or maybe I just didn't think about it, but man, that's so typical of me, isn't it? Okay. Now let's take a look at the door again.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Hey, are you there? I've checked the backyard, but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Authority, convince her you're a real policeman.
You're well
Yes.
versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Am I?
Obviously, look at that vague yet threatening stuff spewing forth from your mouth.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
Am I right? And don't you marm me, boy.
The voice snaps back.
But the sweeping on the other side has stopped.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Ah, it's like a carrot to the stick, sort of.
Hold your horses.
You hear the click of a night latch before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing spasm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
She manages to say with a wheeze. Excellent stuff. And with that, we're in. Wonderful. What does this say? The graffito says, a firing squad for the rich. What do we have here? Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. There's a balcony. There's another door. Let's explore the hallway first and see if there's anything useful before we go into the doors. Let's take the money. That's a fancy door, I suppose. There's something here. More money. Oh, 7 real. That's fantastic. And here, someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Let's inspect it
The
closer.
star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
Gone. Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways.
Dang.
You are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
Well, then we'll do what we have to do. Let's see, what do we have here? This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. And what's this? Flip up glasses. The Auditor. +1 logic, -1 authority. Yeah, that checks out. That makes sense. Let's take them. What's on this board here? Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Here we have some more scribblings. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes came in 3 different sizes. Okay, now let's start with the doors right here. Ooh. What do we have here? Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. As if shower curtains weren't gross enough already. Some money. Is it also covered in moss and slime? Let's go in here. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Okay. This guy's sleeping. Or girl, or non-binary person, or other. Balcony. And an exit. Okay. I guess that's the... there we are. What do we have here? The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Okay. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Yeah, let's just clog up the fuse box and all that. That seems good. Can we... Just the door. Nothing for you here right now. Well, it is locked. That's fine. Let's go up here then. We have someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Number 28, a door to be remembered. But we can't enter it right now. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within singing along to some buoyant dance track. Anything further up there? No. And there's the the wall of the harbor. Alright. Let's head back inside and check out some other doors then. One of them has to be hiding some juicy secret or something. Some helpful investigative stuff. Let's see. Do you have anything useful for me?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Let's examine the
It's
padlock.
a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Refrain from
The
commenting.
lieutenant is concentrated on the hallway, scanning both ways for any approaches.
Let's knock first.
No reply.
Okay then.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Well, let's enter then.